Welcome back to the Grand Union. This canal has been my home for over a year, I think. So it's nice to be back. I took a short blitz, for anyone who didn't watch, I took a short blitz up through into Birmingham, central Birmingham, and I've just come back through Kingswood Junction now, which brings me back onto the Grand Union. Heading down towards Warwick, I'm basically going to take the boat back home to the K&A, which means I'll pass through Warwick, Leamington Spa, then take a right and join the South Oxford Canal, down through Banbury, Oxford, then back onto the Thames, and then hook a right into Reading and back on the K&A. I'm going to stop off for some water today at Hatton, which probably a couple of hours cruise I think from here. That will then get me to the top of Hatton Flight, and I'll have to go, I think it'll be down then, but I'll probably save that for tomorrow if I get a chance. Unfortunately, it feels like spring's left the building already. It's gone back to like 10 degrees out, very windy today, so that'd be interesting. I've been in this general area for a little while now because I had the boat's BSS done about a week ago, I think it was. It did fail, by the way, but only on a few minor things. So I didn't have the right fire extinguishers on here, which is fine, that was easy enough to settle. There was the issue with the diesel tank fuel breather, which it hasn't had since I've bought it, but that was picked up on, so I put a new breather on that, which was easy enough. And then in my gas locker, I've got a little bubble tester to test for any leaks, and that needed to be mounted to one of the bulkheads, so it come through a bulkhead fitting, but it was just kind of held up by the copper pipe, which is a bit dodgy, so I put a little 90 on that and then joined that to the bulkhead. But that's all done now, so the boat's got another 4 years BSS. For anyone who doesn't know, it's basically an MOT cross with just a safety inspection. Basically they check electricals. The guy who came out, anyone in the Midlands area looking for a BSS examiner, pop me a message and I'm more than happy to send you the details over. But yeah, it was great. And yeah, which a nice surprise was he actually complimented me on my electrical system. He said, "Did you do all this all yourself?" So that was great to hear. That was really reassuring. But yeah, next stop, Tom of the Wood for some water. So yeah, next stop Walter, and then there's Shrewy Tunnel to go back through. I'm not sure if there's actually any locks in between here and Hatton, but then yeah, you've obviously got big Hatton Flight, which is a bit of a beast. One full tank of water. Next time some beans on toast and a tea or coffee. It's so windy out there. I made some sourdough, but I don't have a bread knife on here anymore, so I've just been hacking away at it. Don't look too closely. Oh, it's cutting right now, it's a bit staler. I baked it yesterday. I could do with a nap now really, but next stop, Shrewy Tunnel. just found a little spot next to Hatton Station, which I know has got a car park from before, a free car park. So I'm going to jog back, pick up the van. I've started running now. I think I hit 30 and I was like, oh shit. So yeah, little 5k to go and pick the van up, and then tomorrow I'm not far off the top of the flight, Hatton flight. That'd be a long day tomorrow doing that because it's 20-ish locks, I think. Especially I'm single-handing. Although to be fair, there's been a few more boats passing by, and the wind's not as bad tomorrow, so hopefully there'll be more people and might be able to share it. Plus, there's potentially even going to be volunteers this time of year, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to go get the van now, come back, do dinner, have an early night, do some editing. Sorry, I'm just listing off all the things I've got to do for my sake rather than yours. A bit boring. I'll catch up with you in a bit. What a difference a day makes. It's like spring's just magically reappeared. I'm glad I waited to do the flight. That'd been awful trying to do it yesterday in the wind. There might even be some volunteers today. I'm like 20 minutes away from the top. I think there's 20-ish locks to do. So fingers crossed might be some volunteers out on a nice day. Also, I forgot I brought these up to the boat. They're my granddad's old flags off of his boat. He had a Freeman. I think he had a couple of boats, but he had a Freeman. Was the most recent one before he passed away. So I've got his flags. I'm going to fly them on the boat. I'm not sure where exactly to hang them, but I thought it's nice to have a little good luck charm for the cruise back to K&A. He was in Salford Marina down on the Avon. Yeah, really sweet. Not that I'm part of Salford Marina Cruising Club or own a Freeman, but still, it's nice. I don't want to get too sentimental, but it's funny how, well, it's not funny, but I'm not going to word this very well, but I didn't really know my granddad that well. He passed away when I was quite young, but speaking to Dad recently whilst I've been working with him on the wide beam and stuff, quite how similar I think in ways that I was to his dad. So he used to brew his own beer, which I've always wanted to do. He used to bake his own bread. Obviously he had a boat. Apparently he used to be able to lend his hand to quite a few things. So it's funny how that's come through from a generation kind of thing. So yeah, would have liked more time with all of my grandparents, to be honest, but I think he was I think I'm right in saying he was the first to pass away, unfortunately. But yeah. Whilst we're doing the full life story, on my mum's side, my granddad was in the Merchant Navy. I guess I never really stood a chance of living in a house, did I? Hatton locks. Looks like they're all set against me as well, which is nice. Oh, we've actually got volunteers. Yes. that's Hatton flight complete. I did cheat a bit though, didn't I? Barely had to get off the boat. It was such a nice group of volunteers on today. Probably 10 different volunteers. Yeah, I had a good chat with a few of them and very pleased to be through. But, always a but, the boat. Basically, I've lost throttle control. I think I was about 3 or 4 locks from the bottom. And I went to, basically when you, how that controller works is it knocks it into whichever gear, forward or reverse, and then you press down more and it increases the revs. 2 different cables. And it was going into forward and reverse fine, but try and rev it and nothing. So, and obviously when that's your brake, so if you come into a lock a bit quick, you want to obviously put some revs on. Nothing happened. Luckily I was going quite slow. Noticed something was up. I've not really looked at it. The control feels a little bit weird, so I think it's actually in the Morso control lever itself. I'm not sure. I'm going to have a quick look now. Ooh. Screwdriver.
Is that supposed to be bent? It should be down in there.
That's kind of popped out.
So,
That should be down then. Oh no.
that's not good. Just snapped, hasn't it?
Just ordered a new one. It's only about 40 quid. I'm just very grateful that that didn't happen if I was going faster or when I make it onto the Thames shortly. So I'm quite grateful that it's gone now. And I've just got a 4-mile walk or run back to the van again. But yeah, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons. I'm going to try and shoot back and start working on the van again, back down in Somerset. So I'll see you next week.